Folks, welcome to another edition of Dan's Grand Valley Layout. This update we are going to be talking about, I went ahead and ordered a new locomotive, so I've got some more rolling stock coming. This one is an MTH unit. I've never had one of those before. It's a GP38-2 and it'll have some sound with it. So I got that on the way. And then I went ahead and ordered a gas station setup. I'll put the picture up here. It's a Conoco station. It'll have a sign, a gas island with gas pumps, and then a tow truck, which I wanted a tow truck to go with Bob and Dan's. So I'm going to be converting Bob and Dan's into a gas station. Like I mentioned last video, I want to have an island here for gas pumps. Then there'll be a sign out here on the corner. And then the tow truck I'll probably have parked around the corner there. Now, what I did was I went ahead and moved the whole thing back a little ways. You can see where I had the people glued down before. So it's back about an inch and over that way about an inch to make more room for some gas pumps to be out here. And then what I'm going to do today, I'm going to start getting ready to have a sidewalk here with a driveway here to allow people to get into the repair bay there. Then another sidewalk will pick up here. You can kind of see where the smooth it ends and the foam begins for the parking lot. So I'm going to emphasize that with a sidewalk. And then there'll be a corner here because eventually I want to put a traffic signal here. And I want to have a crossing guard here, crossing signal, cross jack over there. But gonna definitely have a corner here. Then we're gonna build a little concrete platform for the sign that's gonna come, and the Conoco sign. And so we're gonna be doing that. I'm thinking there'll be a sidewalk that'll go along here. There'll be an entrance. You know, it's probably just gonna be a small little corner thing here because you're gonna have driveway to get out, driveway on this side. So there won't be much in terms of sidewalk. I don't know. I'm going to have to kind of play with it and see how it comes along. But that's what we're going to be working on today, getting that ready. So when I get the deliveries, probably this week sometime, hopefully in time for next weekend, we can go ahead and set that up as gas stations. So that's what we're going to be working on today. I've also got some different detail pieces that came with the building and industry set. So we're going to be going through some of that stuff. I know I've got a air compressor, probably some barrels, and some other detail things that I want to get out here. If this is going to be a gas station and a shop, I want to dig up some of that stuff. So I think we'll go over to the bench and I'll dig that stuff up and let's go through it and see what we can find that'll work with a shop like this. So this is the instructions set for the Woodlands Scenics City and Industry building set. And it gives a detailed list. It gives a list of the buildings and what they are. So post office, general store, railway, express agency, etc. And then the detail list. This is all of the little detail things that they include. Well, these are metal, die-cast metal detail things. And I used some of them. I used the benches around in the park, in the town square, and then also at the train station. But being that they're metal, they're a little bit hard to deal with. You have to trim them. You have to wash them, prime them real good, and then paint them. So I put them in these pill bottles. Just to keep them organized because they were just in plastic. So we're going to dump those out and go through them and see what we have that'll pertain to a shop setting. Also going through the instructions here, they have some of these need to be assembled. So here's a house painter with a ladder. Here's a cannon for the town square. Here's a propane tank. Here's the compressor I was talking about. It needs to have a few items put together. So we're going to be tracking those down. And it says here for preparing the metal castings, to wash in soapy water, etc. Adhesives, they recommend CA glue or a fast-acting epoxy. I have both. I hate working with CA glue because I inevitably get it on my fingers and it's all over me, and I hate that feeling. So I may just mix up maybe some 5-minute epoxy. I've got this here. I do have some CA glue here. I've got crazy glue. So I've got different options. But well, let's continue here. Here's a fruit stand. Here's a work table. This is kind of cool. Work table. There's a thing for the train yard signal thing. A billboard, a baggage cart. See, I've never built these yet. Here's the picnic table that I built, and that is actually in the little town square right there. So that's pretty cool. And I guess I didn't use a bench for the town square. I used that picnic table. The benches are there at the train station. Here's the first bottle that I dumped out, and I just kind of categorized them. Here's some tires and stuff that you can have laying around. Let me see if I can zoom in here or get in close. These are a couple of dogs. Here, let me, let's use a pointer. So here are a couple of dogs, and as you can see, they're pretty rough. You know, this is where they cast it. You know, there's a lot of stuff around between the legs, around the people on this dog. It's pretty rough. So, you know, you have to get in with an X-Acto knife, trim it all out really good, get it painted, and then try to, you know, get it to look pretty good. There's a person. I just can't even imagine me trying to paint details on a person like this. I mean, I'm sure it's doable, but probably not for me. Here, just to give you an example, here's my big fat finger, and, you know, here's how big a person is. So, yeah, it's pretty small detail. Here's a sign for the park square, or the town square. I think that goes with the cannon. Here's parts of the cannon here. There's the base of it and the barrel. They've got some lights, non-working street light things. My thing is, if I'm going to go to the trouble to install street lights, I'm going to just run a wire and make them work. So anyway, that's the first set of things. So other than the tires, I'll keep those out. I don't know what else I'd really use for the shop. So we'll put this away and we'll go back, check out the other stuff there. All right, so this batch is kind of cool. I found some barrels here. There's a barrel and some other barrels. Here's some barrels that actually have some junk on top of them and stuff. There was a description of these somewhere. I'll have to find it. I didn't realize there were 2 propane tanks. So there's 2 propane tanks. Here's a guy sitting on a crate. Another barrel. There's some little waste baskets. They won't stand up because there's some extra material there I need to trim off. Here's one. See, it's like a garbage can. Some more barrels. It's a guy digging. And then they have these pallets of stuff, like junk. You can detail it if you wanted pallets of things. Those can go in the rail yards and stuff. Here, this is kind of cool. This is a pallet of, you know, a barrel and some junk and tools or something. So that would definitely go with the shop thing. Oh, and I did find the cover for the pulleys on the air compressor. So it's just to find the air compressor. Okay, this one had, well, these are kind of cool. This is an electrical service for one of the buildings. I used one of those already on one of the industries. These things are vent tops for the roofs here. You can put them on the roof, and then they have various little access hatches and stuff like that you can add. So when I get to detailing the buildings, I'll be putting a lot of that kind of stuff on. This is a pipe. They have some gooseneck lamps, lights that go, on the side. Different things like that. Here's a sort of a, I'm not sure what that is, some sort of a cap for something. Not finding the air compressor, so I'm going to have to go back and look for that. Found the holders for the propane tanks. So we'll put this away and we'll go back and see if I can find the air compressor. Okay, I found a whole bunch more stuff that I actually had in a bag still. So I did find the compressor. There it is. It's pretty small. I'm going to have to figure out how to glue this on there. But I'm going to have to paint it and get it all going. So there's the compressor and the propane tanks. There's a fuel tank for fuel oil. Another garbage can, some ladders. There's the semaphore for out in front of the train station. I think this is a differential rear end for a car. This is one that has partial, the other side broken, so that's kind of junk you'd have laying out behind. Might have that, might detail that. Some more tires, some wheels for the carts. There's a barbecue for a park, outdoor park. So lots of detail stuff. Just like I said, it's all pretty rough and you've got to trim it. You've got to do a lot of detail work on it. So that's why this hobby is a long-term hobby, because that kind of stuff you can spend a lifetime working on details, and they do give you a lot of details with this kit, I must say. So kind of nice. Okay, I just took some extra 16th inch foam sheet goods that I had from making the parking lot structures, and I just cut them into little shapes that would sort of make sense. So you would, you drive in here, I'll have the island here, and you should be able to get a car on each side. I can push the building back a little if I need to. I do want a little bit of room behind for people to walk, and there to be some barrels back there and stuff, some junk. So now we're just going to wait till I get the actual gas station pumps, and then we'll position everything. We'll paint the sidewalks the concrete color like we have here, and we'll get them glued down. But now it's just to wait for the gas pump and get everything positioned the way it should be. So that's what we'll do. We got this going, and we'll wait on that, and that'll be our next update. So that's all I've got for you this week. Thanks for watching. Sure appreciate all you new subscribers. I think we're up to 179 now, which is totally awesome. Thank you so much. Liking my videos. Been getting a lot of comments and questions. Super cool. I'm really glad I can help out when anybody has a question, at least to let you know what I've done, whether it's right or wrong. That helps you to decide on what you might want to do. So anyway, thanks again for watching.